Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the class of History Civics. Yesterday, I introduced to you a new topic, the national movement from 1915 to 1935. Okay, and as I told you yesterday, in this topic, we will just know about the different movements which were launched by Mahatma Gandhi in order to just attain freedom from the British rule. Okay, so yesterday I just told you about Mahatma Gandhi also. Okay, and his methods also we came to know, satyagraha, non-violence. Okay, now today we will know about the movement non-cooperation which was launched by him. So listen carefully, this is quite important also. Okay, actually during the early years of his political career, when Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa to India, okay, so yesterday I told you he just devoted 4 or 5 years for observing the situation in the country. Okay, so during the early years, Gandhiji cooperated the British government on many issues. And in fact, during the First World War, he asked the Indians to cooperate, to give support to the British. Okay. However, Gandhiji's policy of cooperation with the British government couldn't be continued for long because the Rowlatt Act followed by Jallianwala Bagh massacre and the Khilafat issue, suffering of people after the First World War, poverty, unemployment, okay, and droughts, they just embittered Gandhiji's feelings towards the British government. Now Gandhiji's opinion towards Britishers was changed. Now Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the nation's cooperation from the government and decided to launch the non-cooperation movement. Okay, now let us know about the circumstances which were responsible for launching of this non-cooperation movement. Okay, so in this regard, first of all, I will tell you about the introduction of Rowlatt Act. It is quite important also. So what is the meaning of Rowlatt Act? What was the Rowlatt Act? Listen carefully. Actually, in March 1919, Rowlatt Act was passed by British government. Okay, and according to this act, the government got enormous powers, huge powers to reduce political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without a trial for 2 years. Okay. And this Rowlatt Act came to be well explained as no dalil, no vakil and no appeal. Means no place, no lawyer and no appeal. Now the police could search a place and arrest any person without a warrant. The government could order any person to furnish security and report himself to the police. And it legalized trials of political offenders by judges without jury. Okay, and it also, this act also banned demonstrations and meetings. Okay, so this act came to be known as Black Bill. Okay, now Gandhiji described the Rowlatt Act as the destructive of the fundamental rights of an individual. He called upon the people, he asked the people to do satyagraha. Okay, means he asked the people to disobey the law without creating any violence. Now the satyagraha against the Rowlatt Act began in the year 1919 in the month of April. Okay, now Gandhiji asked the people to fast, pray and hold public meetings against the Black Act, means Rowlatt Act. He also appealed the people to observe Hartal. Okay, and the success of this Rowlatt Satyagraha could be just observed by tension running high, and it resulted in rioting in Punjab and other provinces. Okay. Now students, let us know about one more important incident which became responsible for the launching of non-cooperation movement, and that event is Jallianwala Bagh incident. So what happened here? Listen, it is also quite important. Okay, the police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession of the people, and these people, they were just asking the release of two popular leaders, Satyapal Satyapal and Saifuddin Kishlu. Okay, these leaders had been arrested earlier by the police on accounts of their protest. Okay, and what happened then? As a result, when these leaders were arrested, then the next day the several banks and other government buildings, okay, they were attacked and set on fire. Now the violence continued, okay, just increasing rapidly, and it resulted in the death of 5 Europeans. Means during this violence 5 Europeans were killed, okay, including the government employees and civilians. So martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. Now on April 13 in the year 1919, on the day of Baisakhi, okay, the infamous Jallianwala Bagh tragedy occurred. What happened? On that day, a crowd of villagers, okay, came to Amritsar to attend a fair, okay, and they gathered in Jallianwala Bagh. Okay, and actually these villagers, they were living outside the city, so they were quite unaware of the martial law which was imposed in Amritsar. Now General Dyer entered the area, blocked the exit points, and ordered the troops to start the fire on the innocent crowd. Now thousands of people wounded, many were killed, okay, and behind just this firing, General Dyer's object was to create fear, a terror in the minds of the satyagrahis. So as the news of this Jallianwala Bagh massacre spread, crowds, they took the streets in many towns, okay, and there were strikes, clashes with the police, and attacks on the government buildings. The government responded with brutal repression, okay, and now Satyagrahis, they were forced to rub their nose on the ground, crawl on the streets, and do salute to the Britishers. People were flogged and villages, okay, they were bombed. So seeing this violence, Mahatma Gandhi, he just was very much shocked. Okay, now children, today's last topic, okay, let's listen about the Khilafat movement. This movement also played a significant role in launching the non-cooperation movement. So what was this Khilafat movement? Actually, in the year 1918, okay, Germany had surrendered in the First World War, and peace treaty imposed severe terms upon Germany and its allies. Okay, now the Sultan of Turkey, who was considered as the Khalifa of Muslims, okay, religious guru, religious head of the Muslims. Now this Khalifa was deprived of all his political powers, and he lost all his territories inhabited by the people other than Turk. The Sultan was deprived of the real authority even over those territories which were left under his control. All his powers were lost. Okay, now it aroused a feeling of bitterness among the Indian Muslims against the Britishers. Now a Khilafat committee was formed, okay, to raise the voice against the Britishers in order to support the Khalifa of Turkey. So Ali brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, they were leading the campaign. Okay, now Mahatma Gandhi, he saw it as an opportunity to unite Hindus and Muslims. He advised the Khilafat committee to adopt a policy of non-cooperation with the government, and this non-cooperation campaign started in the year 1920. Now the program of Khilafat committee included resignation from the government jobs, okay, boycott of councils, refusal to pay taxes, refusal to join the army. Now the Muslims of India, they demanded the territories and powers of the Sultan of Turkey should be given back to him. Okay, so this Khilafat movement exercised great influence over the Indian masses. Now a new class of Muslim leaders emerged, and never before this unity between the Hindus and Muslims was observed. Now Hindus and Muslims alike, they came forward to oppose the Britishers. Okay, so this is all about non-corruption movement, the circumstances which were responsible, and tomorrow I will tell you about the just programs and suspension of this non-cooperation movement. Till then, have a good day.